Keane's Doner Kebab, Weeder's KFC binge and other stars who love fast food. Modern-day professional footballers have diets that contain only the healthiest food to help to maintain the performance levels needed to compete in the Premier League. Things have not always been that way though, even after the Arsene Wenger-led revolution that transformed English football after his appointment at Arsenal. Doner kebabs, McDonald's and KFC were all devoured by footballers starring in the top flight before the present day's use of personal chefs and nutritionists. Even Cristiano Ronaldo enjoys the taste of food that would not be considered the natural choices for top-level stars. Here, Daily Star Sport looks at players who have enjoyed fast food in their careers. A seven-time Premier League winner with Manchester United, Roy Keane played at the highest level of football for a significant period of time. But the Red Devils' former captain was not always fueled by what would be considered to be healthy meals. He revealed during Sky Sports' Road to Wembley series that he once ate a doner kebab ahead of a cup match against Crystal Palace. "I played a cup game before Crystal Palace at home, and 3 hours before the game I had a kebab," Keane said. A doner kebab from the chipper. 3 hours before the game. When you're younger you get away with it, but obviously you pay for it later on. You think you're getting away with it, having a bit of a laugh about it, and being a Jack the Lad. In fairness, though, I did live by myself and I didn't have any food in the house. Nemanja Vidic arrived in England from Spartak Moscow in 2006, with his move to Manchester United being the first time he played in the Premier League. And to help him to settle in when he arrived in his new country, Vidic tried out one of the staple dishes of England, fish and chips. It's important to learn about a new city, a new country, when you first arrive. And, for me, I remember when I first discovered fish and chips, he said. When my friends came over, the first thing they said was we want to see the pub, it's traditional in England. It's the same with the fish and chips. I must admit I do like eating them. But obviously I can only have them occasionally, because you have to keep in the right shape to play. They are one of the great English traditions, though, and it's important to know all about that sort of thing. Rather than just one player, when Dean Saunders replaced Stale Solbakken at Wolves in January 2013, he hinted that his new squad may have a problem with McDonald's. Saunders went so far as to publicly ban his stars from making a visit to the fast food chain. If you go into war and 2 soldiers do their own thing, they get the rest. Obviously, we are not in the army, but there have to be rules in place, he said at the time. They include not being late for training, not leaving your training kit on the floor, being in for treatment on time, living your life properly, not going away from here into McDonald's. Eating like an athlete. I don't think Jessica Ennis stops off at McDonald's on the way home, I don't think so looking at her. That's discipline, to be able to say no to things that don't make you play very well. Should managers ban their players from eating junk food? Let us know in the comments section. Cristiano Ronaldo is frequently held up as one of the fittest players in sport, but even the Portuguese superstar indulges in less than healthy food on occasion. According to his international teammate José Font, Ronaldo mixes his healthy diet with junk food days. Obviously as a rule he eats nice and clean, you know the nice quinoas and all this healthy stuff, a lot of eggs, sweet potatoes, the broccoli, he's into that, he told TalkSport. But Ronaldo also has bacalhau, a traditional Portuguese meal containing dried and salted codfish with potatoes, onions, hard-boiled eggs, olives and olive oil, when on international duty. Ronaldo is also said to have steak with chips and fried egg as his post-match meal, with Font delivering a warning to his countrymen. You have to be careful when you go to the national team, because when you come back you will be heavier, Font joked. A key player for Middlesbrough and Bolton Wanderers, David Weeder also made a name for himself with his antics off the pitch. One moment in particular came when he was called up for the England squad by Fabio Capello, a coach notorious for his dim view of fast food. Weeder travelled down to London from the northeast with teammate Stuart Downing, with the pair making an important stop on their journey down. "Stewie helped me actually. We got the car together, stopped at KFC in Sheffield at the services there," he told the Under the Cosh podcast. Woodhall, stopped at Woodhall for a KFC in our England trackies. One of the most gifted players of his generation, Matt Le Tissier was frequently fueled by a breakfast not usually associated with professional footballers. "It wasn't every day, don't get me wrong, but I did used to have sausage and egg McMuffins on the way to training," he told Tubes and Ainge Golf Life. "It was just different times back then. People didn't take things so seriously as they do now, you were allowed a little bit more leeway. There were a couple of times when I left it a little bit too late, so I had 2 sausage and egg McMuffins, and within 20 minutes I'd be at the training ground warming up. I had one once, and the physio came over asking if I was alright, and I was like no I feel a bit dizzy. He went did you have breakfast this morning? I said yeah. He asked what I had, and I went I had 2 sausage and egg McMuffins on the way into training, and he said yeah that'll be it.